Okay, to Nagrand. You guys up for it?
We're just leaving this place already?
Yeah, might as well.
Sure, why not?
We can keep doing the quest, but let's...
I only just set my spawn here. No big deal.
I mean, it's still better than the commons, wherever the hell that is.
More or less. Oh, shit. Wow, Zangarmarsh ends at 64.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already... Never mind. I guess we've already out-leveled this place. Quite a pace they have around here.
Onward? I also really need to sell stuff.
I guess I'm just abandoning more quests. Boop-boop-boo. Now I can sell all those bogtails.
Yeah, back to the YouTube bait versus like RPG thing that we were talking about. I've been like thinking hard about that, and it's like if I did nothing but YouTube bait, I'd probably grow much faster on YouTube. And then I realized, but that's not really what I want to do with myself.
Where are you guys
not really.
going?
Down to
Oh,
Nagrand,
you're going
head
south?
south. Yep.
Oh, okay. I'll have to find a merchant at
Am I
the
marked?
closest place we go to there.
I've been spotted by a guard.
Wait,
Oh, I must
should I
have
have
flown by a
taken
town.
Hippogriff as opposed to,
No, I don't think you can.
I don't think we have a
you
flight
actually
path
have
on
a
the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, right.
You
True.
might have one for Shatrath, which is basically next to
Yeah,
Nagrand, but
Shatrath.
not quite.
Yeah.
Yeah, I try to just play the games that are related to what I do, but still get somewhat weighted into like also things that are relevant, and as opposed to just literally anything I want to do, like say, hey, let's do the entire Mass Effect trilogy right now and just disregard all new releases.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'm tempted to do that. But instead, it's a constant wait for next time I have a big free part of my schedule, I'll do that game, and
That never happens.
That's like a hypothetical concept that never actually manifests itself, basity.
One of the next
Yeah.
cosplays I'd like to make would be Tali. I think that'd be pretty cool.
Whoa, flashback. I photoshopped someone's forum signature using these floating islands with the waterfalls on them.
Yeah.
I used to make a lot
I
of
love these floating islands.
I used to non-stop make forum signatures for everyone in my guild on the forums. Cause I knew basic Photoshop, so I was a god.
Yeah, so did I. I told no one.
Everything
My map is
it all
not
looks
filling
so
in for
low
some
poly
reason.
now.
Yeah, it does. It's a shame. I mean, some of it looks nice, but like flying over this, you realize just how much of the like textures are repeated and
Yeah, and how much like the grass areas are just like that's basically one hilly platform going on for a while.
Yep.
Like it looks like the starter map you see in an early access game like Planetary Explorers or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like this'll look like an actual world eventually, we swear.
I still like this zone.
But then Skybox
I still think it's cool. Yeah.
Even the
But I love
skybox
the
is like
skybox
there's like
systems.
one wibbly wobbly texture thing that they just point in 7 different directions and curve here and there.
Yeah. And then just really low res stars. The planet's kind of cool in the
Space.
distance. And the lighting effects are nice.
Yeah.
I still really hope they actually make like a second version of this game with like better combat and really updated graphics. But that's probably such a financial like burden that they'd never do it.
Just revamp everything, no big deal.
Well, I mean, like start over, not even revamp everything because that's crazy talk.
Yeah, all you've got to do is just hope the lightning strikes twice. No big deal. To be fair,
Wouldn't
though,
they just
they're
make a continuation of the game where you could port your current characters into the next?
Be cool.
I suppose
Problem is they'd have to,
just to
like-
be fair that like Blizzard basically is the thunder god at this point with how much they make lightning strike.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the thing is, they don't do anything that's truly unique, but whatever they do, they make well.
Blessings upon you.
Like, okay, Diablo is kind of unique just because nobody else is really competing anymore except for Torchlight, which is ex-Diablo programmers that made that one. But like Overwatch is more or less set to be TF2's successor, from what I've heard and seen. Because Paladins definitely isn't it, and I don't know of anything else.
Yeah, people are making a really big deal about Overwatch to the point where like some people are like saying this would have been my game of the year if it wasn't for the fact that it technically isn't out.
Yeah.
And it's probably
saw some
just
people
like
play it. It
TF2.
looked
It'll
awesome.
probably continue to not even slightly interest me.
I think it would be interesting for like a fun like night of it, because it's probably going to be free to play. Maybe. I actually don't know.
No, it's not. It's you have to buy it.
Oh, okay.
It's like a $50 game.
Well, I guess I'll buy it when it's cheap. Which,
Yeah,
knowing Blizzard, probably
Purple
won't
was
be for a
complaining
while.
about that non-stop for a while in our Slack group. Like how
Okay.
Blizzard's totally ripping everybody off, and I'm like, they're just charging the price of a game for a game they made. Like, that means that there's not going to be.
It's not Evolve, so
Yeah,
that's
I mean,
usually
like,
a pretty good sign.
that's just what Blizzard has basically always done for every game that isn't Hearthstone. Is you buy the game, and then yay, you bought the game. Like it's just how video games work for that
Shell, are you
development
done?
scale.
Are you done selling stuff?
No. I haven't even found out where I can. I just arrived. I was like half
look
a
for an
zone behind
innkeeper.
you.
People have developed really
Innkeepers
strange,
are-
like, free-to-play expectations.
I mean, to be fair, for like a multiplayer game, it's really hard to justify like a $60.
Is this building
Purchase.
where the inn is, or?
Not for Blizzard, it's not.
Yeah, it's true.
The only reason Hearthstone was free-to-play is because it's about making money off of people buying tons of packs in order to compete.
Definitely an inn, but
Shell,
I can't
we're
find
not
the innkeeper.
we're not enough friends with the Kurenai yet for you to get access to the inn.
Oh, is that what's going
Oh.
on? I was also looking around a little bit.
Yes.
I was mostly seeing what quests
Yeah,
are
there's
around.
no inn.
Oh, look, it's one of the phoenixes.
Yeah,
Oh,
we have
this
to
doesn't burn
do
me.
a quest or two before
Weird.
we can buy and sell stuff, I think. Yeah. So Shell, just deal with it for the time being, I guess.
So for the moment, I've got...
I literally
Let's go-
have no inventory space, though.
Just trash it, some of it. You really don't need that much gold, because, like, as soon as we get to the next zone, you're going to be swimming in cash. You're also not playing this character for any longer.
Got a
once we
handful
get
of
to
quests, not
Much
much.
water. No, I know.
Yeah.
So we want to do My Eyes Deceive Me, I guess? That seems to be the close one.
I wanted to start with that one, because it's a Kurenai specific quest.
Yeah.
And it's also
That'll
right
hopefully
here.
unlock the rest of them.
I believe we steal it from Lump.
Lump's back? Oh, that
Yeah,
was
Lump's
Lunk.
back.
Never mind, that was Lunk. I think. Remember Lunk's adventure? There's like the burning steps or something. We're running around with Lunk, and he was just having a swell old time. What is that over here? Oh! He doesn't seem
Lump.
friendly. It's fine.
No.
He didn't notice me. Not fully.
Shell, you coming?
Coming.
One day, maybe.
Let's see.
When I say follow me, we can't get the merchants yet. That doesn't mean hang around in town for a while.
Well, I
Not
was
to you, it
throwing out
doesn't.
stuff like you instructed to me. Like,
Yeah, that's a good point.
you tell me one thing and then another? Come on.
At least I got some sweet adamantine. Adamantine?
I mean, part of my
Yeah, I
frustration
don't know.
with playing this game is that I can't read anything. You guys are
Yeah.
just zipping around all
To
the
be
time.
fair, all of these quests are ultimately meaningless.
Then why
Yeah.
playing?
The game's experience scale doesn't really reward you for actually sticking out the quest to the end. So you never experience the end of any of these storylines unless you stick around for twice as long as you need to, and then become overleveled for the next area on top of that.
Now, what quest did you get to do this lump thing? Because I never received a quest.
It's Do My Eyes Deceive Me?
Azure is busy. Azure is already on that quest.
But how does this work?
I guess we'll have to read it.
Well,
Let's
now
see.
it says Shotgun Jones wants you to speak with Hemet
Oh,
Singwary.
I see. We've done it wrong. We have nothing to do with Lump. We have everything to do with these Boulder Fist hunters that weren't here before.
Oh, you just told us to assault this poor guy at random. You monster.
You know what? Sometimes just wanton violence is justified. And fun.
No, it isn't.
Tell that to Bird and I when we're playing Dead Rising. Holy crap, that game is amazing.
Everyone send your hate letters to Wander for his racism.
I'm used to it. I am used to it now.
Oh yeah.
Why is that racism? Racism against what? Ogres?
Every day.
I'm curious about what race I'm specifically being mean to.
You were profiled Lunk.
Okay.
His name was Lump.
Yeah, you profiled him. How dare you?
I made him more lumpy.
How could you? You probably gave him, like, I don't know, druid rabies.
Now we go back for Lump.
Yeah.
What?
See how this works?
Dang it.
You gotta wait for him to actually do the crime. You'd never make it in the police academy.
But he didn't do the crime. Now, wait, is he doing a crime? I actually was not paying attention.
I'm probably just gonna go one-shot him again in his sleep.
Well, isn't this a nature preserve?
Get my Sandman perk.
Oh, he just wrote up the battle plans, and now we kick the shit out of him.
Chad, I played Terraria at launch, and then we've tried it more recently, and I find the game incredibly overwhelming now, basically.
It's fun.
There's the spreadsheet that is the game's resources and so on has increased dramatically since I last played the game.
I mean, it's so linear that it's not really a big deal.
The problem is that it's the way that I generally play games nowadays, like, none of it's intuitive. So, like, you have to look up what to do next constantly, basically, or know who all the bosses are, so you have an idea of what you basically need a walkthrough, or someone who knows the game already.
Yeah, I had Purple Phantom for most of the playthrough just repeatedly say, now you need to do this, or Bird was there and knew a lot.
Exactly. And the time I played before I encountered you guys was, I played with my brother, who was running me through the entire progression of the game, too. Because as someone who tried to play it now, especially if I'm trying to do a Let's Play or something like that, which is most of it now.
You can sell stuff now.
Oh god, there's quests everywhere now.
Yes, because we ripped up.
Like, nowadays, like, when I think about the time I spend with stuff, because I have to think about how much I spend time with anything nowadays, because I have to manage my time all the time. The idea of just walking, like, the idea that I can't just start, like, play the game and just know, like, figure things out as I go, is, like, I just can't deal with it.
Yeah.
Like in Witcher, you can just pick a direction and run around and like, oh, now we're doing this quest and talking to that guy, and like this, like, it all goes somewhere. In Terraria, nothing goes anywhere. You have to figure out how to, like, unlock the next boss fight and stuff like that. Otherwise, you're just kind of building at random. But I find the building stuff and exploring stuff more satisfying in Minecraft than I do in Terraria.
Yeah. I've been enjoying scrap mechanic kind of for that reason, because, you know, it's nothing but, like, just creative mode building. But, like, you can make transforming cars and stuff, so I made a house that, like, pops out wheels from the bottom and drives off. Problem is the game is so poorly optimized that, like, once you finish, like, a big project, it's like, how do you like your frame rate? 5 FPS or 6? And I'm like, oh my.
I definitely have an element of bias when it comes to having to play a 2D game with a keyboard and mouse. Like, 2D platforming where you use a spacebar to jump always feels bad to me. It
definitely feels bad. Like, I do not like how Terraria plays. Starbound's a little bit better, but not much.
And you can play it on a controller if you play it on, like, a console, but I don't think those versions are even updated properly. And if they are, no one plays those. No one I know has them anyway.
They're not. I've seen people playing the Terraria mobile version, and I was like, that exists?
I did not know that existed. I only knew about the Minecraft one.
Yeah, I was at a Chinese restaurant with Shell and one of our friends, and there's this, like, 4-year-old Asian girl just playing it, like, behind the sushi bar or whatever it was, and I was just like, that is Terraria. I can tell because of the soundtrack. How do I know?
Yeah, for me with Terraria, when it first came out, I was really psyched about it because I would tell people, like, it's like Castlevania Minecraft. But nowadays, whenever I start trying to play it, I end up just wanting to play Castlevania or Minecraft.
Yeah, that is kind of the problem with, like, hybrid-y type games.
Yeah.
Are you guys ready to go?
Because it's often a weird in-between of two things, and it's like, you can't help but think, like, but those two things do those two things better than this thing does both of them at once.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you get, like, really good combination games, but rarely. What's a good example?
I think one of the biggest One of the biggest turn-off points for me is that the combat's incredibly awkward in Terraria.
Yeah.
And basically, it feels awkward and terrible until the moment you get a super overpowered weapon, and then you're just like cheesing fights by having like a super like the yo-yo type weapon that just magically homes in on your mouse and just levitates around and doesn't feel like any sort of real weapon. And I see that I think you see a lot of people using those instead, or like laser rifles or something.
Yeah, I use yo-yos specifically in.
And like the yo-yo seems like a weapon they invented just to try to get around how bad the combat feels in that game by just having one that subverts the idea of even having a weapon swing from your character.
Yep.
Alright, where is the innkeeper?
He's baseline, tall structure, first floor.
This tall structure?
Yep. Come to me.
Oh, I see, yeah. Okay.
Yep. Are you setting your Hearthstone, or are you still trying to sell stuff?
No, just setting the Hearthstone. I already sold things.
Oh, right, the Hearthstone.
I don't really see the point of it. I haven't not used my Hearthstone, I think, in quite a long time.
I mean, it just means that at any point...
We have to return their...
Yeah, like, it's time to turn in quest. Boom, we're back. As opposed to walking.
That's true.
No reason not to use it.
Let's go. We've got so many.
Where was the inn around here? Are you the inn? You're not the inn. You're a weird church thing.
We were at the inn.
Probably this big structure.
Okay, come to me when you guys are done messing around with that.
Earthen Ring.
My quest log of all of the,
Arcanon. Mint supplies.
Of these.
Okay, that was not the inn. Maybe you'll be the inn. Oh, maybe that's the inn. A lot of structures around here. It's amazing that I used to know a place like this like the back of my hand, and now I just don't. Are you the inn? You sure look like...
Yeah, I actually remembered nothing about Tellar.
That looks very Fortish over there. I don't know if I want to fly there.
I think I remember doing daily quests, or at least a lot of quests here.
Yeah, I did a lot, sort of. I did a lot of the PvP around that, around Tala.
Are you the inn?
It was actually really cool, the world PvP
Innkeeper, there we go.
in the Outlands. Those always felt really good.
May I be of service?
Alright, Shell, we gotta just, like, start murdering a bunch of these people.
I did it.
I'm sure
I found the inn.
Fine.
Okay.
One day, man, Castlevania is one of those franchises where, like, every now and then I fantasize about the idea of, like, one day my channel will feature full franchise plays the way that, like, D-pad does.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like, I totally want to do stuff like that, and one of the biggest examples is totally the Castlevania series. Even the bad ones. I will play both Nintendo 64 games and both Lords of Shadows games.
Oh, we tried.
Yeah, we have Castlevania 64.
So, one of the first bosses you fight in Lords of Shadows is like, it's like a mini boss, but it's a giant spider. It can hit you off camera and then kill you there.
That was a hilarious weapon.
Like, it was kind of a fun game, but just the fact that they were so particular about doing, like, a fixed camera that it just sucks.
I'm definitely far from, I'm definitely used to frustration in my Let's Plays, so that wouldn't be too big of a deal.
This was before I was, like, really used to Let's Playing, but I think immediately after that we couldn't figure out where to go.
Oh, yeah.
And then it was just like, I give up. This isn't worth it.
I've heard that game is surprisingly involved. Like, on the surface it looks like a God of War clone, but in reality there's actually, like, a bunch of, like, stuff you have to deal with, and, like, it's actually, like, there's more to the process of exploring it than it seems.
Yeah, These
characters actually hurt me. It surprised me.
It's not a bad game. They didn't, like, just clone something.
Remember the fairy?
Nope. Was it, like, creepy and naked or whatever? Because that's probably, if you're asking that, that's probably the likely thing. Yeah, I would love to do franchise playthroughs at some point. That's kind of why I want to, I hope to get, not, like, Game Grumps level big, because that's insane. But, like, you know, big enough to sustain myself that I can just play all games. We want to go this way. There's a boss
that's what we were in the process of doing for sad games back in the day. Is that we were trying to do every Sonic. Every
Yeah,
Sonic.
the first series that we had tried was Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo... Well, it was Banjo-Tooie, because I like
Banjo-Tooie,
a lot more than Banjo-Kazooie.
I don't think I've ever played Banjo-Tooie.
Oh, no!
It was okay.
For the Nintendo 64.
For like
So hilarious.
for a collectathon, it was pretty good.
Well, I mean, I loved Banjo-Kazooie as a kid, but I never beat it. So I don't think I ever moved on to the sequel.
Actually, the interesting thing is my brother and I still haven't beat them. In both games, we've gotten up to the boss. Well, actually, no, the second game we could beat. It's the first one we haven't. I'm trying to... Yeah, maybe it's that.
For me, as a kid, I never used to beat video games because I had to share them with my brother. So, like, anything single player, I was just basically never going to actually finish.
Yeah, as a kid, it was really hard for me to beat games that weren't RPGs. Games that actually like, required skill sucked, because it was like, you know, school comes out, friends, new games, whatever, and you put the game down, or yeah, siblings. You put the game down, and then it's like 2 weeks later, and like, I'm not going to be able to beat this, am I?
As a child, I don't know if I even had a concept for games having endings, really.
Yeah. I don't think I cared enough, either. Like, I was just happy being, like, playing a game. Like, did you ever play Space Station Silicon Valley or no?
I don't think so.
Okay. Space Station... Oh, I see. We've got competition up here.
Yeah. He beat me by like a millisecond with my ambush. I was crushed.
Oh, well. Why is the level 69 here?
Because maybe he's just trying to finish the quests?
Maybe, yeah, just trying to complete the area as opposed to leaping to the next one.
Yeah, I mean, he's only two above the cap. He's only two above the cap here.
Well, one. No, I mean, like, at this point, he should be going to Northrend.
Northrend? Already?
Yeah. Yeah, you go to Northrend at 68.
Jesus.
Yep.
You don't even make it to 70 here? Like, are we not going to go to, like...
Well,
we're not going to go to the
Outlands at
Netherstorm?
58. No, we're not going to Netherstorm.
I'm sad.
And we can go back for
That's
funsies
why I felt like
later.
I wasn't
This is only
experiencing this game with Wander, because
Yeah, this is
it's
only
just
our
like,
third
let's go.
zone of Outland, my most nostalgic part of WoW, probably. And there's 4 more zones, and we're just going to not go to them.
We could have actually probably finished off in Zangarmarsh, done with the instances, and then
So-
gone to Northrend.
Let me ask you this.
Wow.
At one point of time, was the experience low enough that you had to do everything in an area to progress?
Yeah,
Yes.
that was the
You had
original
to
WoW.
do everything in almost every area.
That's
The
how
progression
Burning
was...
Crusade was, and I think that's how Lich King was, too.
Yeah.
And then Cataclysm, I
Everybody-
think, fucked up the entire progression system to the point where everything
Yeah,
felt...
a little.
Everything
Yeah.
felt
Oh, a lot more
pointless.
spawning around here.
So
Was that
originally you had to do Hellfire Peninsula here, and then you had the choice between Zangarmarsh and Terracar. And then after that, you usually went to Nagrand, Blade's Edge, Netherstorm.
Where is
all-
this quest? Oh, there it is.
Well, either Netherstorm or Shadow Moon, interchangeably. And that was it. And now, the experience scaling is like so high, so fast, whatever, that you actually just do 2 of them to completion plus instances, and you're done.
I mean, I think part of it is they want new players to be able to catch up with their friends, and they
Oh,
want
yeah.
veterans
Absolutely.
to go through it, because...
If I had to play all of that every single time I wanted to level a character, I probably never would. I'd just be like, fuck it, I got my one character.
We need a Boulder Fist key to free this poor person.
Yeah, because I know that in Guild Wars 2, it was a blast going through the first time around, maybe even the second or the third, and there were enough zones where you could level characters in completely different manners.
Well, I mean, I don't know if you're listening to me there, but you more or less do the same here. Terracar and,
Right, there were alternative
there are
zones.
some alternatives, and, like, you didn't really need to go full completionism on areas.
This area is just totally barren of enemies.
Yeah.
This is awkward.
This was always, like, a really
Wait,
shitty area
Porky
to
was
grind.
freed.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
it was... Was it you?
I found some...
yeah,
oh,
I
it was
had a key.
Wanderbot. I didn't recognize him because he was
Yeah.
a worgen. Yes, chat, I do look at chat, it's just that it's really awkward to ever interject with chat topics while we're also having a 3-person conversation, and then there's also Wander's chat, and there's a lot
Actually,
going
my
on
chat is
sometimes.
like super disinterested in WoW. Which is interesting because
you didn't have an exciting launch when you brought it back.
I mean, they get like 400, 500, 600 views, something like that. But
well, the person asking me if I read chat was somebody who definitely is not from my audience that exists already, because they asked if she looks at chat.
Oh,
no,
I don't
she
have
does
any
not.
access to
No,
chat.
no, they assumed. I think they assumed that you were the channel.
Me?
Yeah.
Nah.
They thought that you were the person they were watching play.
Turn on your face cam, boy.
No, I hate it. I don't like face cam.
That is deader than the Browns' chance at the Super Bowl.
I don't get that. Sports.
What state are the Browns from?
Cleveland? Am I right?
Cleveland's not a state.
Shit. Where's Cleveland from?
Cleveland's in Ohio.
Ohio.
However, you might be right. They could be the Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland Browns just sounds like a phrase I've heard before. But
yeah.
I did not know where Cleveland was. Come to think of it.
You and I are alpha nerding really hard.
I know you said the word state, but I just didn't have an answer for that part of the question, so I skipped it.
That's a good point.
I know that you're referring to football teams, but
I hope.
What was this in context with?
I assume that people are football teams because I don't think I know names of other teams very well.
Here that we've been ignoring.
The upstairs one?
Yeah, well, no, not the upstairs one, but like it's a second area just slightly off of where we were. By the way, we're not going for obsidian war beads. That will take hours. They've never buffed the drop rate on them.
Wow.
Which is super garbage.
After all this time, like the last time we had done this?
I actually remember grinding here for those.
Yeah, well, you had to if you want to get the...
I actually have 6 out of 10.
I got 1. I'm not sticking around for that shit.
You have 6 already?
Yeah.
Wow.
I saved 1 from much earlier in the zone, and then I just happened to get plenty.
I'm at 3.
Well, I'm gonna start heading up for the Nessingwary expedition.
Oh wow, there's some memories right there.
I know.
Nessingwary, that's the same people from Stranglethorn, right?
Yes.
And then Nezzer wearing pages of his like hunting diary or whatever.
That was so stupid they've gotten rid of it. And
they got rid of it completely?
Yeah, they pared it down at the very least, but you don't get pages anymore.
People used to collect those and like put them in the auction house and stuff.
Yeah, I did. I made a fair amount of money from that when I couldn't get Deviant Delights.
Oh my god, Deviant Delights.
Dude, I made bank with those as a level 10 character.
It's like hearing someone talk about SOJs or something like that, like just much older Blizzard words that I don't think mean as much anymore.
Like, I think I could sell them for like 1 gold a piece, which, for a level 10 character, that was truly insane amounts of money.
I think right now, if you say SOJ, even though it's not correct, people are more likely to think of like Anita Sarkeesian than they are like a ring from Diablo. Just because that's like closer to their memory than figuring out what it means anymore.
I knew friends that were like super obsessive about Diablo 2 grinding and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
And I was always confused.
I tried so hard to get
I
tried so hard to get the rune word delirium, which was Lem Istio, just because I thought it was really cool that it would make you turn into a crazy skeleton person sometimes when you attack people. It would have a random proc where you turn into one of those fetishes, little skeletons with daggers from Hack 3. And I just wanted that. Like, it was also a decently strong thing, but on my melee character, I just wanted to randomly turn into a little nightmare creature. I just thought that'd be a fun time. And I was so obsessed with it that I still remember the goddamn rune word for it. The freaking runes involved, even though I shouldn't.
I never went out of my way for endgame stuff in Diablo.
It's a nightmare.
I'd usually make it a nightmare. Yeah, well, the problem with like Diablo is you just loop through the game like several times before you actually get to the actual end game, and it's just this is meaningless and not fun.
That's exactly what happens if you play Pillars of Eternity also.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Pillars of Eternity is just a massive boner for Diablo 2. That's the entire basis of that game existing.
Oh, Pillars of Eternity. Sorry, I was thinking of
Path of Exile. Oh,
yeah, well, you said Pillars of Eternity.
I meant to say Path of Exile.
Yeah. Now, I know what you mean, but
POE,
I was just
God
confused.
damn it.
I was like, I can't imagine playing through a CRPG 3 times before you actually get to the end game.
Whatever that. What would end game mean in a single player game?
I mean, in like Xenoblade, there's a lot of like afterplot stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm wrong.
I mean, it's kind of like the special bosses in Final Fantasy X that you could only beat after you've more or less beaten the game.
Yeah, I just thought about Zestiria and Disgaea that both have something like that. Like, oh yeah, you beat the game, now for the actual end.
Yeah, seriously, you beat Disgaea 5 in like 200 levels, and then you have to get up to 10,000 and grind to millions of stats, and holy shit,
Zestiria has a ton of it has an entire endgame island that you go to after you've beaten the story. And it's just filled with all these super bosses, and actually most of the optional bosses in that game are actually harder than any of the mandatory ones. Like throughout the entire campaign.
Are you guys just like trying to hunt stuff in this small area?
I was kind of running around in stealth.
Yeah, I'd gotten a bunch of talbots.
Yeah, there's a ton if we move out a little bit.
Yep. Just trying to stick together a little bit too, though.
Go after these elementals at some point.
Wind rocks.
Hello,
you.
We might have to. We might not have to. Hey, Keith, how close are you to 66?
Like right there.
Oh well, that works.